which is when I first start recording. So this is the weekly reading for Earth and Air signs. It's going to go in order of Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. If you want to find your sign, you can find it pinned in the timestamp comment below. But like I said, we're going to start off with Capricorn. I'm going to use the Starman Tarot with you guys, as well as pull a few Norse divination cards at the end. So this is going to be, like I said, a weekly reading. It's going to be generalized, so take it where it resonates for you. Career finances, coworkers, family, friendships, love, romance. But as per usual, I just ask that if it does resonate, you click like, subscribe if you want to, and if you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. Okay, so let's see where you guys, Capricorns, are for the week. We start off with the Seven of Pentacles, which is Taurus, as well as Leo with Strength reversed. So right now, everything you're going through is what you've put in energy-wise. And you also have Two of Cups, Cancer. So it seems like you guys have been wearing a lot of your energy out because of love or relationships. Doesn't have to be love, romance specifically, but it can be. It shows you guys are really focused in the past with this card of your guys, Capricorn, and you're focused on your relationships, putting in a lot of effort, but it might be to your detriment in the sense that it's wearing you out, trying to find that balance. But your advice this week is the Seven of Wands, and it's showing what it is that you're worth and not being scared to go after it. But also knowing that you need to find that balance because you do have another card, a Capricorn, the Devil, in the first couple of days of the week, showing that you guys might be dealing with codependency or maybe them relying too much on you. You could be in a relationship or have a relationship in your life where that person needs to have your help, but where you're at right now is the Five of Cups reversed. So you are focused more on the positive instead of the negative, which I do like to see. But there is a lot sort of what feels like could be falling down around you, like a loss of control or overthinking with Gemini. Now, for you guys, your hopes and fears for the week is the Princess of Swords reversed. So you don't want to create health problems, missed opportunities, that sort of thing. You want to be able to move things in a proper way instead of feeling stagnant and stuck. But things are going to continue to slow down with the card of Sagittarius, Eight of Wands reversed. If you guys don't find that balance, because it's good to be there for other people, especially if you're a caregiver, you don't really have a choice, or if you're being cared for, because that's not something we can control. But it's trying to find the balance so that the caregiver can still have a sense of independence and a sense of normalcy and balance with the real world too, and have time for themselves and getting that rest that they need. Okay, so let's see what we get for you guys for oracles. Capricorn for the week. So the first card you got is Hiln, and this is reassurance and protection. And Hiln was considered a handmaiden of Frigga. Frigga is the all-father god in Norse mythology, Odin's wife. Sometimes Hiln was even considered to be her sister, or possibly even Frigga herself. But it's about holding your boundaries in place and knowing when you need to make time for yourself and be a little bit selfish. Next, we have Bali, which is reconciliation. So if this is a relationship that's not sort of like a health concern or something where, caregiving thing, and someone's making more of an effort than the other, or one feels like they could be using the other person in the relationship, that's when reconciliation needs to come in. And you need to have that protection of him, but also bring in sort of that reconciliation and forgiveness and move forward. And last but not least, you have Sting, which is just what this reading is about. It's loyalty and love, but sometimes that can be to our detriment too. So make sure you try to find balance this week, Capricorn, where you can. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time. Okay, Taurus, my dears, you are up. This is going to be a generalized reading for the week, so take it where it resonates for you. Career, finances, coworkers, family, friendship, love, and romance. All I ask is that if it does resonate, you click like, subscribe, and if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. but I'm going to use the Millennium Talk Tarot with you guys, as well as pull a few Norse divination cards at the end. Let's see what we get for Taurus for the week. Oh, we got cards flying out there. Okay, let's see where we're starting. You guys start off with the 1001 Sagittarius reversed, as well as the Prince of Swords, which is Aquarius. We also have Lust, or which would normally be the Lovers, reversed Gemini. So it seems like a lot of you are doing one-sided. It's more one-sided. One person's putting in more of the effort towards the relationship because another person isn't. There could be one person who's sort of an screw it mentality. One person can be taking on the brunt of the workload, whether it's at work or with the family or in a love situation, romance. But it shows in the past because you have the Ten of Pentacles reversed Virgo, which shows that you guys, one of the people in the party, generally the other person, has done something that's affected the family or the dynamic of the relationship as a whole, not just themselves. And because of that, now you're taking on the brunt of the workload, the bulk of the workload, and it's causing stress to the relationship. Okay. Now, your advice this week is the Six of Cups. So, Six of Cups, Scorpio, it's basically saying to look back where you come from and try to see things with more of an innocent, sort of fresh view of things, but being realistic too. It's seeing the past and realizing who that person was to you, but also being honest with yourself and not living in the past thinking that it's going to happen again. You have to look at it for what it is now. Now, in the first couple of days of the week, you have the Princess of Pentacles reversed. So some of you may be noticing missed opportunities. You're not listening to your instincts. You're not paying homage to the things that matter most to you and taking care of your responsibilities. Because where you're at right now is Cancer with the Queen of Cups reversed. So there could be a sense, if it's something to do with children, your children, it could be sort of a hovering sense where you're kind of having to overparent them in a sense because they might have misbehaved or done something wrong, so now you have to be on them all the time, or there's a lack of trust. So in relationships, it could be overthinking. It could be overthinking in the sense of like expecting too much, worrying about things that don't need to be worried about. And I think this is because of the Mars energy of the Tower card reversed. So it's showing that you guys are either still in a state where you're having a hard time sort of picking up the pieces from the things that quickly changed in the relationship for the good or bad. And it's making it hard for you guys to move forward. That or some of you have just finally kind of had the whirlwind experience and now you're just sort of starting to get your footing again because your fear is Ace of Cups reversed, which could be a loss of this relationship. But by the end of the week, if you don't get your wits together and really start seeing things clearly and get your emotions in check, you're going to have Aries with the Queen of Wands reversed. And she is someone who is overbearing, she's possessive, she's stubborn, she has to have her things her way and no other way. It's her way or the highway. Very bossy and demanding, very high expectations, very, what do you call it, impatient. So make sure you don't become that person yourself, okay? Allow your emotions to be processed, but pick and choose your battles and watch how you talk to people. That's really important, especially if kids are involved. Okay, so let's see what we get for Taurus oracles. Your first one is Bragi, poetry, language, and expression. This is a good time where you can really take the time, whether it's with the written word or if you're talking to someone specifically, excuse me, um, where you can say things a lot more eloquently, get your emotions out in the right way. So really get a grasp on that, Taurus, because this could be a week where you can really get your voice heard if done so in the right way. Next, you have Mimir, which is omniscient advisor and counsel. So it's making sure that what you say is how you want it to be long term. make sure what you say, like what we say, has long-term effects, and you don't want to say something that you'll regret later. And last but not least, you get which is the present, and that's exactly where you guys need to be, because a lot of you are thinking sort of in the past, where that's good, but you don't want to be lingering in that past either. You need to see things for what they are right now. So Taurus, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. All right, Virgos, you are up, my dears. I'm going to use the Tarot of Pagan Cats with you guys, as well as pull a few Norse divination cards from the Bifrost deck for you. But it's going to be a generalized reading for the week, so take it where it resonates for you. Career, finances, family, friendship, love, coworkers. All I ask, as per usual, is if it resonates, you click like, subscribe, and if you do want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. Okay, so let's see where Virgo is at for the week. We start off with the Five of Cups, Taurus reversed, as well as Sagittarius with the Ten of Wands, and we've got Capricorn with the Two of Pentacles reversed. A lot of you are trying to take on more work so that you can see things and make your life more positive, bring in more positive things, and you're trying in that instance to bring in more balance and stability in your life. So you're kind of adding to the workload, making it a little bit imbalanced, but in turn trying to bring in positivity, because you are all about justice. And that's Libra's card. You know that what you put in is what you're going to get, and you guys are no exception to doing the hard work. But you are advised with the Nine of Wands, Sagittarius, to be careful about burning yourself out. It's sort of like that lonesome hard warrior that keeps working, and they'll get by the skin of their teeth, but just barely. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, in the first couple of days of the week, you've got the Knave of Wands reversed, noticing where you're getting a lack of intuitive messages. You're not moving as fast or as quickly as you'd like. You might be having some bad news coming in. So, you definitely need to make time to be aware and cognizant of what's going on around you so you're not missing out. Where you're at right now is a Hermit, your guy's card reversed, which is showing some of you, and I think this is for the majority, are so busy you're not really having a chance to stop and think. Where some of you are secluding yourselves in a way that's unhealthy, and you're pulling away from those you love. And the energy around you is Capricorn with the Four of Pentacles. You're trying to save what you have and build those proper boundaries in place, and you're wanting to be listening to your instincts, but you end up at the end of the week with, again, Libra, Queen of Swords, which shows that you guys are willing to do the hard work and really do what it takes despite sort of your overall fears and things that could get in your way. But Virgos, you want to be careful, because the Queen of Swords is always worried in the end that she doesn't really think it's going to happen for her. And if you bring in that kind of energy going forward, that's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to bring in more negativity. And the whole idea behind all this extra work is to be enjoying yourselves, right? So definitely make sure that you're bringing in things that are suiting your overall goal. So let's see what we get for you guys for oracles. So you guys start off with Hirokin, which is judgment and final decision. And it's almost like you guys are racing to the finish line, in essence, trying to get what you want. But in a sense, you're almost missing the boat because you're not putting in that detailed effort that you normally would. Then you get Skirmer, which is deception, undermining, and confidence. And it's knowing, not lying to yourself, but also knowing what you're worth and that you're going to get it. Knowing that what you're working for is actually going to get there, because you have Nifla, which is darkness and fog, and that's, again, being honest with yourself, not pulling the wool over your own eyes or anybody else's. Because you want to achieve your dreams, you got to go out there and actually believe that you deserve them. All right, Virgos, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. All right, air signs. First, we're up with Libra. I'm going to use the top tarot with you guys, as well as pull a few Norse divination cards at the end of your reading. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. So this is going to be a generalized reading for the week, Libras, for you. So take it where it resonates for you. Career, finances, coworkers, family, friendship, love, romance. I do ask, as per usual, if it does resonate, you click like, subscribe. And if you did want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. But for now, we are going to get at your reading. Libras for the week. Just a few more to go. Okay, let's see where Libras are heading for the week. You guys start out with Three of Wands, Aries reversed, as well as Scorpio reversed, and you have the Eight of Wands reverse Sagittarius. So a lot of you are noticing things are coming to a halt or a standstill. Things are slowing down a lot more than you want to, because it seems like for some of you that you've been impulsive or quick to choose the things that are quicker to get you where you wanted, but they were more of a short-term gain for long-term failure. They weren't something that was going to last long-term. And in the past, it was all about the energy and the willingness and the hard work you put in with Taurus, Seven of Pentacles, and unfortunately, the effort wasn't made for some of you. But going forward, your advice for this week is the Princess of Discs, and it's listening to the signs and synchronicities. It's getting out there and collaborating with other people. It's getting out there and showing that you're willing to do the work this time. Because in the first couple of days of the week, it's all about putting in your effort and really making sure that you're focused on your goals. Where you're at right now, though, is the Seven of Wands reversed, Leo. So you want to make sure that your fiery energy, that you don't need to try to explain yourself to anyone. You just need to work hard and show it with the work, because the energy around you is Aquarius with the star, bringing in a lot of hope and excitement for the week. And your want is the Fool, and the Fool is to take that leap of faith right towards your goals. But if you don't take that time to really put in that effort, you're going to end up with Aries, the Emperor reversed, where you guys are going to need to step up to the plate and be that leader in your own life. Be that aggressive, fiery side of you, Libras, that you need in order to reach your goals. Otherwise, things are going to slow down, and yet again, you're going to be starting from scratch. So make sure, like I said, you don't click the easy button, that you go for long term results, long term gain, not just short term. So let's see what we get for you guys for Oracle. Libras for the week. So you guys start off with the Yasi, which is aging, maturing, and healing. It's learning. You know better, you do better. It's working towards your goals in a way that's going to get you there and give you what it is you want. Next, you have Erd, which is the present. So it's deciding now in this moment when you're making decisions that aren't going to be impulsive. And last but not least, you have Rock, master craftsmanship and diligence. That's exactly what your reading is about, guys, Libras, is making sure that you're putting in that effort, that focus, and that craftsmanship towards your goals. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Aquarius, you are up, my dears. I'm going to use the Deviant Moon Tarot with you guys, as well as pull a few Bifrost divination cards from the North Oracle. So this is going to be a generalized reading for the week for you guys, Aquarius. So take it where it resonates for you, for your finances, family, friendship, coworkers, love, and romance. But I do ask, as per usual, if it does resonate, you click like, subscribe. And if you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. So let's see where you guys are at for the week. Just a few more to go. Okay. Okay. So you guys start off with the Ten of Pentacles, Virgo. You also have Virgo with the Hermit card reversed. So a lot of you are working like crazy, trying to reach your goals. You're too busy to even think some of you are secluding away from your loved ones and not allowing other people in order to be there for them. So, when you hear those dads way back in the day where they worked all the time so that their family had everything they wanted, but they never really had their dad in the process, it's kind of like that energy because it comes with justice, Libra. It's what you're putting in, you're trying to get back out for the good of everybody. But in the past, you have the Queen of Swords reversed. So it seems like you've had a change of heart where things might have been more selfish before, or you might have felt like you were too demanding and held too high of expectations for people. But your advice this week is the Magician card reversed, Aquarius. So it's really watching to make sure that you are keeping your confidence high and knowing what you're capable of. Because in the first few days of the week, you have the Four of Wands, Aries reversed, showing that there's instability in the home, and it's trying to find that balance where you can have a moment to rest and relax. Because right now you got Sagittarius with the Ten of Wands reversed. That's you needing to ask for help and not take on so much of it on your own. Now, the energy around you is Cancer with the Three of Cups, which is celebration. There could be new beginnings. Some of you could be working harder because you're starting a family or wanting to, or there's a new one on the way. But you have to make that time for balance. Your hopes and fears, the Lovers. So the things that you care and love most and passionate about, you want to make the right decisions and do well by them. But you got to make that balance because if you don't, you're going to end up with the Empress reversed, which could mean infertility. So there could be health issues for some of you who aren't making the time to take care of yourself if you are expecting. So make sure, as always, doesn't mean it's going to, but it just means to make sure you're taking best care of yourself if you are expecting a little one. For those of you that are trying to bring things into fruition, you want to make sure that you're actually able to take the time to focus on what needs to get done for your goals. Otherwise, you're never going to get there and the work will be wasted along the way. So let's see, Aquarius, what we get for you in terms of oracles. Aquarius for the week. Your first one is Na, which is messenger of the gods. Make sure that you're listening to the signs and synchronicities around you, knowing realistically where you would take your own advice in this situation. Next, you have Gyalbru, which is a crossing between life and death. There's a big change that's coming into place for you, which is why I think a lot of you could be dealing with new ones coming into the family or big exciting changes. But you need to make sure that you're doing so in a way that's going to lay that foundation in a healthy way, not where you're being put at risk. And last but not least, you have Tyr, which is conflict, counsel, and justice. And Tyr was the one that was loved by everybody in the land. And he was Frigga and Odin, the god and God's wife, favorite son that everyone loved. And even he ended up having his hard times where he gave so much that he ended up getting put into the afterlife beforehand. So he does come back. It's a long story, but he does come back to help sort of rebuild the earth. But you don't want to do so at the expense of your health or anybody else's. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, Aquarius. That's all I really mean by that. All right. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. All right. Last but not least, we have Geminis for the air signs. Welcome, my dears. I'm going to use the Halloween Oracle with you guys, as well as pull a few Bifrost Oracles from the Norse Divination deck that I have. So this is going to be a generalized reading for the week for you. Career, finances, coworkers, family, friendship, love, romance. Take it where it resonates for you. If it does, I just ask that you click like, subscribe. Make sure that if you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so in the description box below. But we're starting off here with Leo and Strength, but we also have the King of Pumpkins, which is Virgo reversed, and the Ace of Ghosts reversed. You could be dealing with the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as well. Seems like a lot of you could be using that fiery energy inside of you, that extra sort of energy to burn, Geminis, in a way that could be hindering your relationships in terms of aggressiveness or being cocky or just not being mentally available for people. And that could be happening to you guys as well. It could also be putting your family members, your loved ones, your stability at risk. Now, in the past, you had the world where old doors were closing and new ones were opening for you, but now things are starting anew. And your advice this week is the Queen of Pumpkins reversed, which is Capricorn, making sure you put you and yours sort of ahead of the game, taking care of your health, making sure that things at home are taken care of. The main core things need to come first right now, because a lot of you with the Six of Bats reversed, which is Aquarius, aren't moving away from things that you're still sort of holding on to yesterday's junk as you're moving towards the future, and that's going to cause a lot of issues for you later on. And you're noticing right now things are becoming a little bit more stable than they were, but the energy around you is the Queen of Bats reversed, Libra. So a lot of you could be dealing with people who are very aggressive right now, and their way or the highway. They're not willing to see anyone's view but their own. Your hopes and fears for the week is Gemini, the lovers reversed, which is you guys. You want to be able to put an effort towards what you're most passionate about, whether it's relationships, jobs, goals, hobbies, what have you, and you're worried that you're not going to put in the effort that you need to, or that your loved ones around you won't. But if you don't step it up, you're going to end up with Sagittarius with the King of Imps reversed, where there's more that aggressive sort of telling someone what to do, how things need to be done, instead of being more open and more of a leadership of someone who can work with other people. You're going to notice yourself or the people around you trying to control things. So let's see what we get for you guys, Gemini, for Virgo. Gemini's for the week. Do one more good shuffle. Okay, so your guys' first one is the rule of three, informed decision. And it's being careful what you do so that it doesn't have long term negative results for you. And it's also realizing that you're triple checking with things before you make big decisions, too. So cross your T's, dot your I's, talk to someone, an advisor if it's money, or talk to a priest or a family member, a parent, what have you, that you know that you can trust and get good advice from. Next, you have scold, which is the past, which is exactly what you're trying to learn from Geminis and really build that intelligence to use it as stepping stones towards your future. And last but not least, you have Gandalf, which is wisdom. And need I say more? It's all about bringing to the table what you have to offer. And Geminis, you're going to have it in the bag. Don't let people rule you, and don't try to rule over other people if that negativity is coming from you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.